Hi everyone, for today's video I am back over on Rainy Day, a public Skyblock server, and today I'm talking about custom trees, something I had no idea existed, and when I've seen it I am like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Before I jump into this video, please drop a like right now, which is the big thumbs up button, and please don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, and let me know in the comment section what your favorite custom tree is. Now let's jump into this. Okay, so you might be wondering, what is a custom tree? And they look something like this. It's basically a tree made out of various different blocks. It is absolutely crazy and insane. And you kind of have different trees depending on the different environment. The higher the environment, you start to unlock things like diamond, netherite, amethyst, and so much more. It is absolutely crazy. And they work by simply just placing your sapling, Bonemeal in it, and then letting the tree grow, and then you can mine up all the different blocks and begin to use them. Okay, so I need to give a shout out to Steven. So if you do IS visit and then Bedrock account, when you spawn into his island, it looks like this. And he was the person who introduced me to custom trees. I didn't know these were a thing, and he showed me absolutely everything in terms of how they work, how you spawn them, and just all the FAQs. So I'm going to be sharing the information that I now learn with you guys. So first of all, in the command IS settings, you will see the option to either enable or disable custom trees. So if you want to know how to unlock the option to basically be able to grind, plant, and grow custom trees, it depends on the environment. So if I started off with earth, under the wood category, you have the first wood type, which is oak, and then inside this you'll see all the different studies that you basically need to unlock, and at the expert level, when you unlock this, you have the ability to plant custom trees for the earth category. If I then just come on back into the underworld category, the first tree here is crimson, and again the expert level allows you to then unlock the ability to grow underworld custom trees. And finally, over in the void category, cherry blossom, but again in that expert section, you can see here where you need to go. You can hover over and it gives you the count of how many trees you've chopped so far in that category. So how many cherry blossom trees I have cut until my next level. So I need to do 500 to unlock to apprentice, and then it'll refresh this count to unlock proficient, refresh this count for advanced, refresh this one for specialist, and then finally refresh the number again for expert. Now, the one disclaimer I'm going to say is this season they have introduced a command called Sky Depot, and I'm hoping I pronounced that right because I feel like depot is a very American thing. It's not a thing in the UK, so I'm sorry, I don't know how you pronounce it correctly. But what this basically is it's like a rotating shop where you can buy unlimited blocks, and all these blocks in past seasons were only obtained through custom trees, and obviously this season you can now purchase unlimited of the blocks that you're after, but they're basically used for building or any sort of decorations that you're trying to do. I will add a screenshot on screen, which is basically going to show you all the different types of custom trees that you can spawn. So if I just kind of go off this screenshot for a second, on the earth environment, which is using the oak sapling, you can basically spawn in dirt grass, clay brick, sandstone, various different concrete colors, as you can see in the screenshot, as well as coal, copper, iron, lapis, redstone, and I don't know how to pronounce the last one. If you then move on to Underworld, you can see you can basically spawn a huge various different range of terracotta blocks, as well as magma soul sand and red sandstone. And then our final one, which is Void, is basically where you can then grow diamond, emerald, amethyst. Again, I don't know how to pronounce this word. I'm going to call it sulk, maybe. Netherite, packed ice, prismatic lanterns, as well as shroom lights. The next thing to note is the clash sets. So I have been told that it is worth having a scholar set to help you get points much faster for your studies, as well as having knowledge potions to help speed that process up. So you're going to need a moss block, and then you're going to put the sapling on top, whether that's the oak sapling, the cherry sapling, or the crimson sapling. You're then going to need a lot of bone meal. I do have a YouTube short on how to craft bone meal, so I definitely recommend going and checking that out. But then basically you're gonna be bone mealing that sample. Now you'll notice between the block, which then has your sapling on, you basically need 6 blocks high to be free with nothing in between in order for you to basically spawn that tree. If you make it shorter, so if it's not 6 blocks, you're either never going to spawn it and just waste all your bone meal, or you're kind of going to have like an errored tree where it's going to basically spawn in the wrong style / format. The same thing with the sort of like width space of the trees. I do recommend kind of just splitting them out a little bit, because I noticed when I was on Stevens Island, a lot of them wasn't spawning when I was bone mealing. Now it is RNG, so you could bone meal twice and then generate a tree, or you could bone meal 100 times to be able to generate a tree. I kind of felt like in certain instances when there was loads of trees around the one sapling, it wasn't spawning for some reason. That was just my gut feel though. It might not be a theory. That's kind of just my suspicion, should we say, when it comes to that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section if this video helped you out. I can't believe I didn't know custom trees was a thing. It is important though to do that toggle and switch it on or off, because if you're trying to grind the cherry trees for cherry blossom wood and you have it switched on, just bear in mind you're going to start to quite quickly spawn out some custom trees rather than the cherry trees. So make sure you have that toggle switch on or off. Let me know in the comment section if you knew this was a thing or if it is new to you as well. And I'll see you in another video very soon. But thank you so much for watching, guys. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe. But goodbye for now.